ghost hunting, paranormal investigating, ITC research device. All these words add a very hefty premium to paranormal equipment. Now, a lot of you would know that I have a love-hate relationship with paranormal equipment companies. So this video, I am not going to use paranormal equipment at all. I'm going to use two radios. One is my favourite manual radio, which is a PL 360 from Texan, and it comes with a lovely little pouch, and it has an AM antenna that I can't find at the moment, but this is for between 40 and 50 pounds. Now that is a good quality radio. I like it because I can put it in my bag. It's not much bigger than a PSP7, but it won't fall apart. But I'm also going to give a little demonstration on how you can get communication and you can do some of your ITC work with a very cheap radio from Tesco's or Walmart, whatever supermarket in whatever part of the world you're from. This particular radio came from Tesco's. It cost £8. And people sometimes have radios in their kitchen. They turn on the radios to have a little bit of music in the background. If it's got a tuning knob, you can do some ITC. You don't have to worry too much about not having a spurt box. People sometimes prices the object, or is the stumbling block with some people that want to get into ITC. So I'm going to show you. Not going to use anything considered a spurt box. We're using two radios tonight, and I'm going to show you how I use them and what to look out for, sort of thing. So this may interest people that are in ITC and have never used manual radios, or somebody who wants to get into ITC after watching some videos and wish they could do it as well. Just take note that my first scan radio was a PSP11. It took me nearly a month to get my first response. It's not like you buy a phone, you turn it on, you set it up, and then you can make phone calls. It doesn't work like that. Some say it's a connection you have, building that connection, and I kind of can understand that. It took me 4 weeks to get my first response on a scanned radio. So, right, we're going to get into the video now, and the first part of the video is I'm going to show you how I use the Texan PL 360 ordinary radio, nothing modified in any of these radios. Hello. There has been a few investigations where I have used at times a manual radio, and my weapon of choice is the Texan PL 360. And why is that? The reason for that is the quality of this. This is it's a little bit more expensive to other radios of its size, but what you're looking at is quality. Now, I did check just before doing this video, is there a price change in that? And it's on Amazon, it still retails around between 40 and 50 pounds. But when you compare that to a PSP7, the thing that's going to last the longest is going to be a radio like this. Now, the reason why I use this one is because you can get a radio. You can get a radio in Walmart or Tesco's and stuff like that. Now, for example, this is a multi-band radio from Tesco's. Now, you can use this as a spirit box. There's no problem there at all. As long as you can scan with it. But for me, what I found is, if you want to do a spirit box session for say 15 or 20 minutes, you want to have your hand, you want to have the tuning knob in a position where it's comfortable for you to do that spirit box sessions for 15 or 20 minutes. Now, I put little black felt sticky things on the top here so I can get my hands, I can turn the knob easier. Otherwise, the knob on these is very, very hard to turn. Now, the other difference between this radio and some of the other radios with a digital readout is the ones with the digital readout don't have a limit on the tuning wheel. You can just keep turning it and it's not going to come to an end. With an analog radio like this, there is a mechanical limiter where it comes to an end and you cannot turn any further. You have to go back up. Now you can practice with something like this and get used to that, going over and back. But I find myself more and more I was taking a manual radio, that I would take my Texan PL360 because it doesn't take up too much space on my bag. Comes with a nice little pouch like this, and it also comes with an AM antenna, which I can't find at the moment, which plugs into the top there. But I thought, let's do a session. Now, it's the first session in a long time that I just using a manual radio, but I'm doing this because it just shows you that sometimes people say, oh, I'd love to do spirit box session, I can't afford £80 for a PSP7. This is £40-50. Of course you can get cheaper radios. If you can find a radio that's slimline that you can fit in your hand, and you got a comfort that you can just, for me, I hold the radio a lot of the time when I'm out on location. I hold it sideways like that, and I just go like that. And if I reverse, you can hardly notice the difference in the movement of my thumb. But that's the way I do that. And because it's so slim, I can hold it like that, and it's comfort. It doesn't cramp your hand. So we're going to do a spirit box session tonight with it. As always, a lot of spirit box sessions I would write off because it's not a 100% guarantee. Be lucky about sort of 10%. I'm being generous there, but you never know. So if you want to keep your ears peeled for what may come up on this, put your headphones on. So, right, I'm going to start. I'm doing an FM scan, and I'm just going to give it a wee bit more. Hello? Could you tell me if there's anyone here that can contact us, can speak with us tonight? The dog is under the table looking for a treat. Lucky enough I have the treats beside me here. Here. Get lost. Could you tell me if there's anyone here to talk to us tonight? Thought it said soul there, but I don't know. My name is Sam. I'm giving you this opportunity to communicate if you can. Could you tell me that you're here by telling us what your name is? If you have a message for me, feel free to tell us. There's no external speaker connected to this. This is the built-in speaker. It's quite good. I got new treats for the dog. I think the dog likes them too much. One more. Why do you always do this when I'm doing a video? Go on. Do you like my dog?
It's new music from Bicep, their new album. This is...
Do you like my dog? Oh yeah, if you put rechargeable batteries in this, there is a USB down there that you can charge it up by, or use a power bank. It takes 3 AA's. FM, medium wave and shortwave. This is, it covers, you know. Could you tell me if you're a spirit or ghost? Hello? Could you tell me how many's here? I'm leaving this open for you to speak if you wish to do so.
The interrupt.
You see, as I turn, I don't have to. It doesn't stop. You just keep going. I'm like going backwards now. The way I find it most comfortable is holding the radio sideways on my hand like that. I'm going to say goodbye soon. Is there anything you want to say? Could you tell me where you are? Where are you right now? Don't worry too much if you cannot hear in real time. As long as you're recording your data, recording your session, you can go over it, over and over it. Because a lot of the time we do miss stuff. I'm going to say goodbye to you now. Would you like me to talk to you again?
Watching 1980.
Again. Shit, for Western.
It lands and let the track stop.
Could you tell me, what do you call your words? What do you call the afterlife? What do you call the place that you are in now?
And secure. Guys, what's up?
You made that groaning noise, just scared the life out of me. It's the first time I've been cut off, my webcam cut out with me in the middle of a shoot. But anyway, I was going to finish up that session anyway. But I wanted to do this session to show you that, you know, there's people out there that say, oh, I'd love to be able to do Spirit Box session, but I can't afford the 80 quid for a PSP7. But, you know, if you have a radio in your house, you know, the PSP7 is a scan radio. There's no difference in the scanned radio and you tuning the knob yourself, except for the fact that you don't have to tune the knob yourself. But just going to show you a brief demonstration on this. This cost me £8 in Tesco's, which is our sort of equivalent to Walmart, and it is an analog sort of radio, which has the tuning dial right there that moves up and down. So it does have a mechanical limiter when it gets to the bottom, which I can't turn any further because that's as far as it goes and you have to go back up. Now, with one of these radios, what I would do with it is get to a channel and move past the channel and go back up. And you don't have to start at the beginning and go right down to the end and go back up again. You can random scan one of these, and I find this a radio like this, you know, it's good for a random scan. So you don't have to start at the top and work your way down and work your way up again. If you get some snippets of sound, you can go over and back on those snippets of sound. So I'm just going to turn this on. The reason why I'm going to show you this one is this cost me £8. So, you know, this was cheap as chips. You know, yeah, I've got about 20 Spirit Box sessions, or 20 Spirit Boxes. Doesn't mean that I've got a greater opportunity, you know, in getting responses on radios. At the end of the day, they're all radios. They're all hacked radios. That's all they are. You know, having so many radios only gives me the only information I'm getting from having loads of radios. For me, is a very expensive way of finding out which ones I like and which ones I don't like. So don't worry about having so many radios. Find the radio that suits you, So, I'm just doing this to show you that you don't have to have a Spirit Box to do Spirit Box session now. So, cheap radio from Tesco's and hello. You can see my hand. I'm not fully going up and down. If you're to go up and down like that for 15 or 20 minutes, it's gonna wear on your hand. But if you can get your snippets of sound, get to them. You can twiddle over and back on them. Go over and back on them. So you can have a random scan. Hello? Can you speak? Could you tell us what your name is? Of course, when you get a radio, find the best way to hold your radio. This particular one, the way I'm holding it now, is the most comfortable way in my hand. Which isn't overly comfortable, but we're talking about £8 here. And many is here tonight. Many's here tonight. With this actual radio, there's a little red light that shows that you're tuned into a station. Don't know if you can see it. There it is. When you tune into a station, I keep an eye on that little red light. Once I hit that red light, I fly past it and go back over it again. So I do a more random scan with this box, Right, I'm going to turn this off now. Goodbye. Right, that's it. I mean, one of your budget brand radios, there's no brand on it except it says Tesco's. That's basically all that is. £8, $7.99 I think it was. And yeah, So, don't feel disheartened that, sometimes if you can't afford a Spirit Box, As I says, yeah, the PSP7 is very, very good. Build quality is not very good. They don't last a very long time. But if you're starting out, to do ITC, you watch my videos, watch other people's videos that do ITC, and you want to get a start, using a manual radio that you have in the corner of your kitchen is a good way to start. Yes, it's not as comfortable as being able to sit back, just press a button, sit back and listen. But you will get that audio that you need for that communication. And as I says, record that session, go over it a number of times and see did you get responses to your particular questions, So that is sort of a short demonstration on a cheap way of getting into ITC, basically, Some people say that, those people that are using those manual radios, they're faking it. There's no way that they can fake it unless they're renowned for faking it and layering audio. Manual tune radio, there's not much difference in that and an auto tune radio. The auto tune radio goes through those channels at a certain speed and stick to it, except for spurt boxes were designed to be spurt boxes, which have a number of different speeds, which is very useful. But if you're starting out with ITC, not sure if you want to spend the money or not, try a few manual radios. Just take into account that you're going to be doing the session for 10, 15, 20 minutes, and is that radio comfortable in your hand, and is your fingers going to be comfortable enough to last the 15-20 minutes of tuning up and down and stuff like that. So you got the digital radio, which doesn't have a limit, a mechanical limit. You got that analog, which I just showed you, that has a mechanical limit. You get to the bottom of the scan, you have to go back up again, but you can random scan. Those are easier to random scan than the digital. Of course, you can use random scan on the digital tuner as well, but that's basically it, folks. Sorry I got cut out in the middle of it, but when mistakes happen in videos, sometimes I just leave it in because I like this raw sort of style. It's sort of more honest than that. So when it comes to sessions and that, I normally don't like jump cuts, but that was a jump cut that I told you about. So see you in the next video. Oh, by the way, some people were sort of concerned that I was a little bit frustrated in the last two videos. I done a video saying that I'm sorry about uploading about some drama that happened between two certain people, and I done a reaction to that video. Then I done a I am sorry video, and then after that I done a I'm not sorry video. At the end of the day, folks, when it comes to squabbles like this, one thing that I've often found is when some beef starts kicking off in the paranormal, 8 times out of 10, it's one fake channel accusing another fake channel of faking videos, and that beef goes over and back. And for the last 8-9 months, I've actually avoided a lot of that stuff. So but my commentary on that particular case was completely wrong, and I sort of knew that after I put up the video, and I says it doesn't come across the way I originally wanted it to come across. And then order of magnitude done his video, and he actually hit the nail on the head and actually came out with a lot of stuff that I was thinking afterwards, but I had already put up the video. But that's basically it. I don't want to really make any more comments on that sort of side of the paranormal and that particular case, because we want to stick with the real stuff. We want to do our own stuff. We are in lockdown, unfortunately, so we just got to roll with it again. But hopefully there is a light at the end of the tunnel. We got these vaccines coming out and stuff like that. It's not a fix the solution quick sort of thing that some people are saying. Oh, when I get my vaccine, I can go wherever you want. It doesn't work like that. It's still going to take some time, unfortunately, and we just have to see how 2021 plays out. But it's kind of strange. It doesn't seem that long ago that this outbreak happened. It was last March. And to me, that time just went at no time at all. Yeah, I got out a few times before we actually had to stop doing what we were doing. And one of those trips I done was to the beach, and I done a spirit box session. I remember one of the replies I got, and it was before we knew anything about this, and the response was, "We're all FUCKD." And I was thinking, for that to come out through the radio was kind of weird. And then I went to another location, and I was drawn to a grave, and it was a victim of a person that died of the Spanish flu. This was January, February time last year, and then it was just strange that all this happened after that. It was just kind of strange, but those small responses and that. It makes me, people are skeptic of ITC, skeptic of spirit boxes and that. But sometimes it blows your mind. It just really does. That's why I keep doing it, Yes, you do it regularly and that, and it gives you a bigger chance of getting stuff. But, 8 out of 10 sessions are going to be a write-off. But when you think of some of these programs I used to watch on television, these gold people that are digging gold in the Klondike and stuff like that, and they're digging up tons and tons and tons of earth to get a little bottle of gold. That's something the same as spirit box sessions. You do a lot of sessions, you get a small result out of it. But that small result out of it is a bit like the gold. It's valuable, Quantity is not the important thing, it's the quality, And that's why I keep doing this, It's not about how many spirit boxes you have, as it says earlier on. The only benefit I have of having that amount of spirit boxes is I've figured out for myself which ones I like and which ones I don't. So when I want to do a spirit box session, want to go out and do an investigations, I'm going to pick my favorite boxes. That's just it. But anyway, folks, I hope you all will have a happy new year. I hope the future, I hope this year changes for us, and we can get out and enjoy the world again. And I just want to go out and see the beach. See the beach and see the woods and see the trees and stuff like that. It'll happen. Folks, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.